What's happening, guys? This is James Blonde from MMOHut.com with a quick weekly recap for MMO news and announcements for the week ending March 11th, 2013. And our first piece of news once again has to do with Scarlet, the latest mature MMORPG from Area Games. The news is that just before granting specific players and press early access to the closed beta, Area Games released a new video showcasing the game's various PvP modes. Players choose between two factions, the Royal Guards or the Free Knights, and the future ruins of Earth provide plenty of ground over which the two factions clash. For starters, the game will feature a 30v30 map and an 80v80 map, but even larger battlefields that will allow even more players are planned for release shortly after the game's launch. Next up, Snail Games is ramping up for the official launch of Age of Wushu, and this is no simple MMORPG. As such, they are launching a barrage of new guides to the various offerings you wouldn't normally see in your typical online title. This past week alone, they discussed the unique battle arrays that can be unlocked through various quests and dynamic events that give your party a one-up in certain situations. They talked about the Meridian system, a dynamic leveling system that allows you to master the skills or you're choosing without having to stop doing what you're having fun doing within the game. And they also showcase the importance of relationships and how the game tracks your intimacy and hatred towards other players based on various interactions to give you a sweet Facebook-style page to keep track of those impacting your personal story. Lots of editorials featuring even more information about these systems, so check out the links in the description below. On March 5th, Korean game developer Webzen announced its Season 8 update for MU Online, raising the level cap from 702 to 730. Man, that's getting up there. The new content update features a new map called Neverwinter, which is home to new types of enemies never before seen. Along with the new update, a new mining system, the Jewel of Pandora, will be added through a new item called Pandora Pick. Players can use it to obtain 1,000 Jewel of Bless in a mining area and enjoy 10 new pentagrams for characters over level 300. More updates coming in from Perfect World and Cryptic Studios' Neverwinter as well, this week showing off a new zone, Icepire Peak. The week before last, it was fire giants, and now it's complete opposite with giant ice golems. My thoughts are that if you just have them fight each other, they'd probably cancel each other out. But besides the fact, PWE and Cryptic Studios plan to expand their pool of beta testers for this past weekend's second beta weekend, along with adding new features. The second closed beta weekend gave players additional content and zones, a higher level cap of 40, access to the Foundry, and the new Control Wizard class. The Control Wizard focuses on arcane abilities, range attacks, and AoE effects, all of which are pulled off nicely with Neverwinter's soft targeting action combat system. The Foundry is now able to be accessed once players become level 15 or higher, and if you missed your opportunity at the second closed beta weekend, or the first for that matter, you've still got time to get into the third, which is March 22nd to the 24th. On March 6th, Wargaming announced global release dates for Update 8.4 for World of Tanks. This update brings in 10 new devastating tank destroyers from Great Britain, 3 light German tanks, and also introduces a newly revamped combat tutorial for rookies, teaching them everything they need to know to be successful in the game, from movement, combat, crew skills, and more. And of course, 4 maps get the visual treatment as the others have in some of the most recent updates, but there's one thing that never changes: how badass the trailers are. Next up, on March 7th, Korean developer and publisher JoyMax is in the testing process of introducing new PvP updates to Silkroad Online. There are no real details on what this fourth PvP mode offers players other than short and intense match-style gameplay trying to resemble combat similar to that of League of Legends or other MOBAs, but with the press release, the developers encourage players to follow them on Facebook as they continuously release clues, so to speak, leading up to the announcement on March 19th. More news from Webzen on March 7th regarding a new trailer for the upcoming Gunslinger class, the latest class for Continent of the Ninth Seal. The class brings a lot of high energy, mixing pistols, rifles, shotguns, and even Gatling guns to the fray. The Gunslinger is both long and close range, using the various guns to cover groups and single targets alike. Essentially, this class is like the gunner from Dungeon Fighter Online mixed with a little bit of Graves from League of Legends. Nice combination, worth checking out. The last and next to last bit of news has to do with Sony Online Entertainment. First off, Episode 2 of War Correspondent for PlanetSide 2 changes it up a bit from Episode 1. This time the perspective of the battlefield was that of a news reporter, making it for an interesting theme to the video, all while displaying updates and event information about PS2 on the bottom part of the screen. But even more exciting news, SOE reveals the starting zones for Dragon's Prophet. The starting areas Bakra and Satuma feature elaborate scenery and plentiful quests for players up to level 30. Dragon's Prophet's central starting region is the island called Bakra, which happens to inhabit wolfmen, trolls, not those trolls, wild dragons, and of course goblins. While Satuma is a large plain filled with lakes and rivers surrounded by distant mountains. Each starting zone has a unique backstory, and you can check out the link in the description below for details. But the coolest news here is that we can expect to see the North American beta sometime in the next 3 months. Once again, hopefully sooner rather than later. But the floodgates have now opened, and hopefully the news will come pouring in, showing us more and more about this unique, anticipated game. And that's about it for MMO news. As far as games to look out for, Dragon Nest finally launched in Europe with a chance to win a Mini Cooper. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. A lot of games do contests that give out graphics cards, headsets, and sometimes even computers, but eFusion said nope, our players deserve a Mini Cooper. I'll put a link in the description below, and good luck for those who try it. Closed beta has also started for the Aurora world from GBE Games, which features some robust PvP, an interesting mini-game, which is featured in the trailer in the background. I promise it's more fun than it looks, and a cool hybrid pet/mount system. There just might be some keys left in the giveaway section, so give it a shot. And of course, like I mentioned in the beginning, Scarlet Blade is just finishing up early access to closed beta for press and is prepping itself for a much larger player closed beta. It looks like MMOHut will have closed beta keys to give you guys for their upcoming closed beta test that is set to launch this Wednesday, so keep your eye out on the giveaway section at MMOHut.com. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for news and announcements for the week ending March 11th, 2013. Like always, if you're looking for more information about the news and the recap, head over to MMOHut.com/news, and feel free to discuss the news in the comments below, or head over to the MMOHut.com/forums. Until next time guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.